So we're gonna have some trig. My foot just fell asleep. Anyway, we're gonna have some trig in the equation. So